his studio in London, and I was just dying to ask him everything, right? But I wanted to be cool.
You
because
have
I
to play it cool, right?
Yeah, because I'm producing him. I'm supposed to be like the guy, right? And so the board breaks down, the desk, the recording desk breaks down. We got 3 hours. We go in the kitchen of this little studio right on the ocean, and he sits down. He says, "Okay, ask me anything. I know you've been dying to ask me stuff. Ask me anything." So, of course, what was the first question I asked?
Do you remember this concert, right?
No. No. That was so minimal for me. I mean, like, hey, do you remember me? I was a kid on the keyboard. No.
So what was the first
My
thing you
first
asked?
question was, why'd you guys break up?
And what did he say?
He said,
Yoko?
we were in a meeting at Apple Records, the three of us. John was late. John walked into the meeting with Yoko, and he just walked in and he said, "I'm quitting the band." And then he walked out.
And that was it.
And then the craziest part was, and for any of you guys out there that are in bands, and I know there's a lot of you out there, or women, they did what every band does in the world. The very first thing they said was, "Who can we get?" But the names they came up with were, wow, Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page. I mean, they were like going like, that's who they were going to try and get to replace them. So they fully planned on staying together, but it didn't happen.
And we're on with a legendary songwriter, singer, composer, everything, David Foster. Now, how do you top? You can't replace John Lennon, though. I mean, who's going to replace? I mean, that's just impossible.
No, in fact, because my music is more on the softer side, I always lean towards Paul more than John. But now, all these years later, on reflection and listening to, and I know every Beatles song, I realize his huge, huge contribution. I mean, I get it now.
Now, it's interesting you say you're on the softer side because people have called you like the king of schmaltz.
Absolutely.
And you're totally cool with that.
Totally cool. Look, here's the thing, and I've said this before, but like, there's a keyboard in front of me right now, which is not on.
It can be on if you
because
want.
it's not. It doesn't even look like it could be a piano. It's a Moog or something.
It is. It's weird. I
Yeah.
just thought if you, I can turn it on.
Okay, when I lay my hands
Yeah.
on the keyboard, pretty stuff comes out. I can't help it. I love everything that you play. I listened to Zeppelin until I was blue in the face. I love The Who. I love rap. I love everything. But when I put my hands on the keyboard, what comes out is schmaltz. I can't help it. When you open your voice, what comes out is sex. You can't help it.
Wow.
You know?
You know what?
Am I not allowed to say that?
Yeah, you can, and you're a little cocky, but you've got the goods to back it
Okay,
up.
all right.
Okay, and you look great. You really do.
Thank you.
Now, you're a single guy.
I do have a girlfriend.
You do.
Yeah, and great, but I'm probably never going to get married again.
I wouldn't if I were you. Prenup, or get that prenup.
Yeah.
So who's richer, you or Simon Cowell?
Probably my third ex-wife. You didn't even put it in the mix.
So there was no prenup with her at all?
No.
Not at all?
No. If I had killed her the day I met her, I'd be out of prison right now.
So why
No,
would you...
by the way, I'm good with my third ex-wife, Linda. She's great.
Okay, so then she's the one you went ahead and did a reality show with.
Right.
And you've said that is what would seal the deal with your marriage.
It did.
Which is sad.
Well, it was probably inevitable anyway, and reflection's a great thing because you can just forget all the bad stuff and remember all the good stuff. And I have a good relationship with both her sons, who I raised.
Right.
And they're both doing great. Brandon is in a band. He signed to Warner Brothers with his fiancée Leah, and who's the daughter of one of the Eagles guys, and they're great. And Brody,
Which
Don Felder.
Okay.
And she's an amazing singer. They're making a great record. T-Bone Burnett is producing them,
Okay.
which is great.
Then do you know T-Bone very well?
Not really well, but I did hook him up with them, and he thanks me for it every day.
Okay, because it's interesting to he's done a lot of cool stuff.
Cool stuff.
That I'm wondering if that would be something you're interested, like Robert Plant, Alison Krauss.
Well, interesting that you should say that, and you probably have. Do we just keep talking?
Well, we're gonna take a break in a second because there's like 175 things I need to
really
ask you.
quickly, speaking of Robert Plant, yes, I love that kind of music. Again, I love Zeppelin. The only time I ever in my life actually pursued a job, I desperately wanted to do the unplugged Led Zeppelin album. Because I did, and I really thought that I was the perfect guy for it. Full orchestra playing Kashmir. It's just something about it would have been
But you didn't get the job?
No. Didn't.
So wait, David Foster goes ahead and applies for a job with Robert Plant. And is Robert Plant the one making the call?
Right. We spoke a couple of times. We never met. We spoke a couple of times, but in the end, they decided to go with somebody else.
So was he like, I don't want to sound like Celine Dion or Barbra Streisand?
Probably.
You think that was it?
Yeah, but I would have done a great job. And the album they made, by the way, was horrible.
It was
horrible. That unplugged album was horrible.
How do you really feel about it?
It was horrible.
It was horrible. Okay.
But I love them.
Okay. So you've said before that you still get starstruck when you're around Barbra Streisand. Do you feel that way around me right now?
A little.
Okay. So, all right, David, I want to take a break. There's a couple things I want to talk to you about. Celine, I want to talk about Barbara. I want to talk about why you're in Atlanta so early if your show's tomorrow night.
Got it.
Okay, are you doing anything like crazy with like Whitney Houston here? Or?
Not exactly.
And I want to know what you think about her comeback.
Got it. So,
Okay.
so do we throw to commercial now?
Yes.
What's the commercial that's coming?
Do you care?
Well, I'd announce it.
Are you a dog lover?